Now bring your attention to the front of your chest. Feel the rising and falling of your chest.
So hi everyone, my name's Eeshi-Ra Hart from Unify, and I'm here today with Dr Rosalba Courtney. She's a world authority on breathing, and together we've created a sound healing audio with a guided relaxation to help you find your natural breathing rhythm. So I'm here to chat with her a little bit about her background and what got you into this. So would you like to tell everyone?
Yeah. Well, you know, I've worked for 30 years as an osteopath and a naturopath and acupuncturist, and for about the last 20 years I've really developed a strong interest, even a passion, you'd say, in breathing and how it can be used as a tool for healing. And so in 2003 I started a PhD on this subject, trying to sort of come to the bottom of how breathing therapy works and what it works for, and how it can benefit people's physical health and also their psychological and emotional state. So I met you, and we decided to make this audio that used a breathing technique with the sounds, with the Solfeggio healing frequencies. And I thought the best breathing technique to do that with was a technique called resonance frequency breathing. And resonance frequency breathing is a way or a pattern of breathing that people have instinctively used for healing for a very long time. So it's a breathing pattern that's induced through prayer, through poetry, through hymns, through chanting. And it's also a breathing pattern that occurs when people listen to certain types of classical music.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. And then in about the 70s or 80s, some researchers like Dr. Evgeny Vashilo and Dr. Paul Lehrer and Dr. Richard Gevirtz began to do research into the physiology of this particular breathing, called resonant frequency breathing, and found that it was highly effective for many conditions, including asthma, COPD or emphysema, chronic obstructive airways disease, that it was also useful for fibromyalgia, panic disorder, anxiety and depression. So there's some very solid research about this particular breathing. So would you like to ask me, what is this breathing?
How does it work? Yeah, if someone, they've never heard of it, well, how would you explain that?
So resonance frequency breathing, most simply, if I explain it most simply, it's breathing at between 3 to 7 breaths per minute. That's the frequency of the breath. Around 0.1 hertz. Somewhere between 3 to 7 breaths per minute. And it's a unique frequency, so each person has their own unique speed, which creates an optimal physiological state in their body. It creates a state where different oscillating systems like the respiratory system, the cardiovascular system, the lymphatic system, even the digestive system can go into a coordinated interaction with each other. The body's set up to do this, so this resonance frequency is actually something that's programmed into us. Appears to be programmed into the basic respiratory rhythms generated by the brain, by the central pattern generation mechanism in the brain for breathing. So each person can find their own resonance frequency, and if they practice this breathing technique, they become able to heal, really. So it makes the body very efficient. So it maximizes oxygen uptake. It also reduces blood pressure. It creates this balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, which is very important for healing and relaxation.
And why do you think that people out there who are watching this, why do you think that they would find it useful? Is it something, society seems to have shut down on breathing a little bit, isn't it? So,
yes, absolutely.
And through the fear response and all that. So
yeah,
maybe you'd like
absolutely.
To
well, a lot of people have dysfunctional breathing because of stress. And because breathing is very tied up with the stress response and also the emotions. So if someone has unresolved emotional issues and they're carrying, chronic stress in their body, or if they're just stressed because of an over-busy and over-scheduled life, then their breathing tends to get out of whack and stay out of whack until something is done to fix it. So consciously sitting with the breath, finding the resonant frequency, practicing that every day creates order and efficiency throughout the whole body.
Yes. Yeah. And would you think it would be fair to say that if you're having a better breathing rhythm, then you're really more in tune with yourself and the frequencies certainly help the body get more?
Definitely. So when you and I first met,
yes,
and you asked me if I would do a project with you with a breathing technique on top of the Solfeggio sounds, when I listened to that audio, I thought, it's wonderfully relaxing, it's wonderfully unobtrusive, and I saw that it would work very well with the resonant frequency type breathing.
Yes.
So I went back to my clinic. Normally resonant frequency breathing, or resonance frequency breathing, is done through biofeedback.
Okay.
So people get hooked up to an ear photoplethysmograph or a finger sensor, and that sensor monitors their heart rate. So resonance frequency breathing, you reach it when you see that there's a maximum increase of heart rate on inhalation and a maximum decrease on exhalation. And you see that a regular sinusoidal waveform is created. And when people go into their resonant frequency, they're really in a zone. They're in a zone that's really balancing and restoring their body. So I hooked people up to the biofeedback equipment, and slowly over a couple of months I refined the script. And it's that script that I read on this audio. Yes. And I've given the audio to a number of people, just to test how it worked with people with different conditions. And one particular woman who'd been suffering from high blood pressure that was stress-related and not responding to normal treatment, she used the audio for 2 weeks, and even though her blood pressure had been up for months, she was able to bring it back completely to normal within a 2-week period, and it stayed low for about a month. She continued to practice with this particular product that we have, this audio breathing guided meditations set to the Solfeggio frequencies.
Right, and so if because we think about the biofeedback can be quite an expensive thing to do. So
It's a great way to do resonance frequency breathing, but and the equipment, some of the equipment to do it's quite expensive, some of it not so expensive, and it's good. But the convenience of having an audio really works for my patients. They like that they work with me in the clinic with the biofeedback, and then we often I'll check to see that the audio is working for them, and when it does, they take it from me. That's their own work.
Great.
Yeah. Rather than having to buy the equipment themselves, the biofeedback equipment themselves.
Great to see. Well, would you like to tell everyone your website, so if they want to know more about your work, then they can get connected?
I work a lot with many different types of breathing techniques and many different types of healing processes. And my website, and I train practitioners in assessment of dysfunctional breathing and different types of breathing therapies. And my website is www.breathandbody.com.au.
And for those of you at home who don't know AU, Dr Courtney is based in Australia, in Sydney.
Where we are right now,
in
beautiful Mullumbimby.
Hearing all the gorgeous sounds of the birds around and the creek. And my name is Eeshi-Ra Hart, and thank you so much for watching. My website is eeshi-rahart.net, that's ASHERAHART.net. And we hope you enjoyed this audio. There's plenty more on this YouTube channel. Check back soon, and we hope you feel inspired, literally.
Keep your attention here for a while, noticing the feelings that come as you softly expand your chest to allow air to enter your lungs, and then relax to gently exhale.